Hello, and welcome to episode 29 of the PvA Nightly Rundown for July 23rd, 2019. I'm your host, Luke Croft, coming at you as I do every weeknight over here on twitch.tv/PvA Radio to bring you all of the gaming news that you may have missed throughout the day so that you don't look like fucking idiot at the water cooler tomorrow. All right? That's what I'm here for, guys. And hopefully you're here for some hot gaming news. Hopefully everybody had a wonderful Tuesday. I'm back in the swing of things. Had some client calls, but then we lost power at my office today. Took a late lunch because I had calls through the lunch hour. Got back and we noticed like there's some street lights out. And we're like, oh, that's weird. Like, wait a minute, I don't see any lights on at the office either. Pull in, it's out. I live an hour and a half away. I was like, all right, well, if I want to get anything done today, I better leave now. And apparently, like 45 minutes later, power came back on at the office before I was even home. Oh well. So I got to come home a little early today, which was very, very nice. But then I worked till 7, which was not very nice. I'm normally very strict. 5:30 gets here, I'm out. Close my laptop. But I had to get things done. Had to get them done. Also, let me update stream title here because it's not episode 28. It's episode 29 of the PvA Nightly Rundown. So yeah, hope everybody's doing good. What we're going to do today is what we do every day. I'm going to run you through all of the gaming news that you may have missed. If you want to watch this live, we do this every single weeknight except for Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time over here on twitch.tv/PvA Radio. We don't do it on Wednesday nights because that's the night where we record PvA Radio live at 9:30 p.m. over here on twitch.tv/PvA Radio. This show is all about running through the gaming news, but also chatting with the people who are watching over here on Twitch. So if you're checking us out and you want to chime in, give your input, feel free to do so. If you want to derail the conversation, feel free to do that as well. If you want to conjure the spirit of Larry Johnson, ooh, spooky, we can do that too. But if you can't catch us live, you can catch us over on youtube.com/PvA Radio, where I break it out topic by topic. And then we also release the entire episode as well. But if you just care about certain things, you can definitely, certainly, absolutely just watch the ones that you care about. So, all right. Well, let's jump into it because I'm excited about playing Sigma. I want to get to the Overwatch portion of this. Play a couple games of Sigma and then probably just end up playing League for the rest of the night. That's my life. I was playing League last night pretty late. I was like, all right, I gotta hop off. It's like 11:30. I had to be up at 5 today. I was like, I gotta hop off League because I need to export the podcast. The show. Got a couple things I need to knock out, and then my brother-in-law, who I play a bunch of League with, hits me up and is like, "Hey, man, you down for any more?" I was like, this close to being like, yeah, what the hell? I'll play a couple more, and I'd have been in for another hour and a half or so. And luckily, I didn't. But then I had laid awake in bed until 2 o'clock, so I am like mad tired. I got like 3 hours of sleep last night, but it's all right. I've caught my second win. I'm ready to bring this gaming news to you. So let's get this night started like we get every night started with the releases of today. Again, we get this from over on Kotaku from Zach Zweisen. The Weekend Games does an awesome job putting this together. It's Tuesday, which means a lot of games have come out. So here we go. Mustache Amiga is on PC. We have Wargroove on PS4. Auto Machef on Switch and PC. Date Alive. Rio Reincarnation on PS4 and PC. We're going to look up what that one is. A Tetris Effect on PC. Vane on PC. Run the Fan on Switch. High Noon Revolver on Switch. Flaky Bakery on PC and Mac. Gravity Ball on PC. Poly Soldiers on PC. Super Demon Boy on PC. And Rising Kingdoms on PC as well. So those are all of your games that released throughout the day today. Let's hop on over to the YouTubes and check out this Date Alive game. Very curious as to what this is. So, gosh, I keep seeing the Sigma stuff popping up, and I'm just pumped. All right, date alive. Rio reincarnation. Here we go. It appears to be. Okay. It appears to be an anime game. And be honest with you, not normally into these, but we're gonna check it out anyway. We have an opening movie. Idea Factory. I'm already not into it, guys. I know that this is some people's thing. And I wish that I was into like these anime games, because I think it would open up a world of more games that I could play. Also, sorry, I think this trailer is super loud for you guys. Let me turn it down just a smidge. But like, I enjoyed Persona and I enjoyed Freedom Wars on the PlayStation Vita. I've enjoyed a couple other like JRPG styles. This looks more probably like a visual novel, dating sim possibly. You're just, I don't know. Like, again, I know it's some people's things, but to me, it's strange. So, all right. Well, didn't know that's what it was going to be, but that's what this segment's for. We look up at least one of the games that's on the list to see if it's something we would be interested in playing. And the vote for today? Nah, not interested. All right, guys. Well, let's jump into it. First item on the list. Nintendo has started quietly refunding customers for repairs to the Joy-Cons, and also offering to replace the Joy-Cons on customers' consoles that are suffering from the stick drift issue for free. This comes from Patrick Klepek over at Vice. And I'm just going to read the first paragraph of this story. The first two paragraphs. It says, Nintendo's got a problem on its hands. It's called Joy-Con drift, an issue where the analog sticks on the Switch's detachable controllers called Joy-Cons begin moving things on the screen on their own. Following the huge response to a report by Kotaku, it's become enough of an issue that Nintendo recently told customer service representatives the company will no longer charge customers seeking Joy-Con repairs and refund those who've already paid. According to internal Nintendo documentation seen by Vice Games, quote, customers will no longer be requested to provide proof of purchase for Joy-Con repairs, end quote. The internal customer service details say, quote, additionally, it is not necessary to confirm warranty status. If a customer requests a refund for a previously paid Joy-Con repair, confirm the prior repair and then issue a refund, end quote. So this is a follow-up from the story that we covered last night about the stick drift issue and how Nintendo had been a little bit mum on the issue, and we mostly talked about some of the internet reaction that was around this. So let's talk tonight mostly about Nintendo's reaction to this. Yesterday they released like a vague statement about them being aware of the issue and that they were looking into it. It was a very Nintendo-esque response to a controversy. They tend to be a little cagey with the details, and even this isn't like a public-facing thing. It's just something that Vice Games was made aware of by some sort of internal source. And I think to an extent, right, it addresses part of the issue, right? Because part of the issue yesterday was that, or in the weeks leading up to this, was that when people were talking about this being an issue, they were being told like, we'll repair that, but you gotta pay to ship it back to us. Now, albeit the shipping costs I think were like $4 or something like that. It's the principle of the matter, right? I've seen a lot of people being like, oh man, it's just $4. Like, just shut up, you're a baby. I'm like, it's the principle of the matter. It's not the fact that it's $4. It's the fact that the company is making me foot the bill for a mistake that they made, right? And so good on Nintendo for coming out and saying, look, we're going to refund anybody who requests a refund from us, and we're going to rectify this situation free of charge to anybody who may continue to have this issue. I think that's great. A great step in the right direction. They should probably say something publicly about the changes that they're making and about the direction that they're taking this issue. just to put people's minds at ease rather than just this leak. And I'm sure that that's possibly coming down the pipeline. I understand that there's a lot of moving parts to get that sort of stuff. So this is a step in the right direction. However, what concerns me is we have not heard anything about them reworking the way that the controller is designed in a way that this isn't going to happen. And look, if you're watching over here on Twitch or if you're watching on YouTube and this isn't the case anymore, this is, 9 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesday night. If I'm saying something that's incorrect, correct me. But Nintendo has not issued anything to say we've identified what is causing this issue and we're taking care of it. So are these people going to get the repairs on these Joy-Cons and then have to turn around in 4, 5, 6 months when this issue rears its head again? Like that's an issue, right? It's cool that they're going to repair it. And I think, they give them credit for making the right decision there, but it'll be a frustrating customer experience if people are constantly having to go back and get this problem fixed again. What I want to see from Nintendo is them saying, we have identified the cause of the Joy-Con drift and will ensure that, at a certain date, production of the consoles will no longer have this issue. And then start issuing replacement Joy-Cons for people who have these issues rather than just simply repairs. Now, look, again, I'm just a small town pizza lawyer. I don't know anything. So it may be that this repair takes care of the situation altogether and that people don't have to worry about it. But at that point, you would think that there should be some sort of, response from Nintendo to say, hey, these repairs rectify the situation. You're not going to have to deal with this issue anymore if you send your console in for repairs. So I don't know, man. This is a great step in the right direction, but if they don't take it just a little bit further, I think it's still a half measure. And I think they're still facing this. And we talked about this last night, so I don't want to beat a dead horse. They are still facing this kind of looming narrative over the design of the Nintendo Switch Lite and how the Joy-Cons are put into it. And there was actually a story that was written, I think it was on Polygon today, that was titled sorry Nintendo, but the Joy-Con drift issue means I'm not going to buy a Nintendo Switch Lite. And the reason for it is and all right, classic Redditor, right? classic internet person here. I read the headline. I'm going to speculate as to the reason why somebody wouldn't want to do this, right? Number one, you're going to have to get the entire console repaired, or they're at least going to have to open up the whole console in order to repair it because the Joy-Cons are not detachable. It's all one unit, right? For the Nintendo Switch Lite. The second reason is because Nintendo has some asinine policies in terms of cloud saves and what games they allow cloud saves on and what games they don't allow cloud saves on. I was listening to a podcast today with Jarrett Wilson, the Team Chat podcast, where they were talking to an Animal Cross streamer who said, Animal Cross isn't going to support cloud saves. And it's like, okay, so if I buy a Nintendo Switch Lite and I run into a Joy-Con drift issue and I have to get my whole entire system replaced, I'm going to lose all the progress I have on these games that aren't allowed to support cloud saves. And that's insane to me. It is 2019, man. And so I understand people who are risk averse to that. I'd rather own the console where if the Joy-Cons break, I don't have to send the whole thing back. I can send the Joy-Cons back and then, play with my Pro controller. And then if push comes to shove, I can just replace the Joy-Cons altogether. I would rather live in that reality than be beholden to having to send my entire console back in order to get the issue fixed. Not knowing if my save data was going to be safe, not knowing if I was going to receive back the same console that I sent over. So I still think there's a problem that's looming. And again, I don't want to come across like I'm not recognizing that this is a good step. But until they say something publicly, this is a half measure, right? In my opinion. You may disagree with me. But was scrolling through Facebook, saw people sharing this Vice article, and then the Kotaku article about it as well. And there was one person who was like, now all of you crybabies can shut up. Like, crybabies? Like, since when is it a crybaby move that if I spend $300 fucking on something, I expect it to work? What universe do we live in? Seriously. Oh man, you're a crybaby. This $300 piece of equipment that you bought broke, and you're calling the company out on it. Big old crybabies. Come on, get out of here. Get out of here with that. So if you have an issue, reach out. If you're having an issue with your Switch, reach out. They're going to try to rectify it in whatever the way that they can right now. And Nintendo, since I know you watch this and get all of your next moves from me, just say something about this publicly. Release a statement. I know that's not within Nintendo's nature, but just do it. Just say something about the issue. And I know that with the class action lawsuit, they probably do not want to implicate themselves in any kind of wrongdoing or neglect in, making sure the design was good before releasing it or anything like that. But there are a lot of people who have been impacted by this, and there are a lot of people who are waiting for a response, and Nintendo owes it to those people to say something about this. Anything. All right. Moving on. Next story on the list, Sigma is now playable on the PTR. I am not going to talk too much about this, but the former Overwatch League pro and Overwatch streamer Seagull announced today that he would be doing a gameplay reveal over on his Twitch channel for Sigma, which indicated that Sigma was going to be playable on the PTR. So this afternoon, PTR update went live. Sigma is now playable. If you guys want to see Sigma gameplay, I'm going to upload some Sigma gameplay to our YouTube channel after the show. Or if you're watching over here on Twitch, stick around, watch it live, because I'm just going to be trying to play Sigma on the PTR. That is, with roll queue, I'm only going up against one other person to try to play Sigma when I queue as a tank. So, we'll see. We shall see. Next item on the list. The Church in the Darkness will be releasing on August 2nd, 2019. That is this year, guys. That is in 2 weeks. The beginning of August is almost here. My wife is a school teacher. She goes back to work, I think in less than a week, which is insane. Let's watch this reveal trailer, guys. I'm pulling this from Thomas Franzese over at DualShockers, where he just does a quick little write-up about the Church in the Darkness. So let's check this trailer out. Oh, let me give you guys some volume.
We gather here today looking toward our future.
We built Freedom Town as our ideal socialist community.
This place was our escape from America, from racism, from corruption, from poverty.
Whatever people may say of us, we know what is in our hearts. We are not a cult. We are revolutionaries.
So if I understand correctly, the story behind this game is you're a former police officer who tries to infiltrate this cult and learn more about them.
Each one of us.
We have armed ourselves.
It features one of the voice actors from Team Fortress and then a voice actor from Portal.
In a world run by monsters, we always
There's
knew this
permadeath,
wouldn't last forever.
and it's all about you trying
The
to
last shall be first and
uncover
the
what this
first
cult
last.
believes, but I think
For
that
many be
what the
called,
cult believes
but
changes
few
based on
chosen.
your playthrough.
The world will not let us live, so the time has come for us to take the final step.
Come,
Just set that building on
follow
fire.
us to the end.
Arsonists. August 2nd, baby. And it's also coming to Switch, which apparently was not announced previously, so that was something new. This seems like a great Switch game, though. Got a glimpse at my my recommended videos to see all of the weird videos that I watch, which there's nothing really weird here. I don't really watch many. I don't get down the YouTube rabbit hole very often, you know? I'm just not one of those guys. Number one, I don't have autoplay on. I don't really like autoplay. I don't like being told what I'm going to watch next. I want to choose what I'm going to watch next. And then I go down Twitch rabbit holes all the time where I just scroll to the bottom of a category and just watch some small streamers and figure out if there's anybody who I jive with. But I don't really go down the YouTube rabbit hole very often. So it's mostly ones that are just related to my channel, or League of Legends videos, and then some music stuff like Sayoshin. So yeah, Church in the Darkness is coming out on August 2nd. Let me get these voice actors' names from you. The cult is ran by a husband and wife, Isaac and Rebecca Walker, who are portrayed by Team Fortress 2 sniper voice actor John Patrick Lowry and GLaDOS voice actress Ellen McLean, respectively. And that, again, is from Thomas Franzese over at DualShockers. So it's got good pedigree as far as voice acting is concerned. And yeah, looks cool. Looks like a great Switch game. And it's $20. $20, guys. I'm all for like anything involving a cult. You know what they say, guys. We've been involved in many cults. Some as a follower, some as a leader. You have more fun as a follower. You make more money as a leader. That's from Creed. Not the boxing movie, the Office character. August 2nd. The Church in the Darkness. Moving on. Epic is bringing a picture-in-picture feature to Fortnite for the upcoming Fortnite World Cup. This is a really cool feature. And this comes from Nick Stat over at The Verge. It says, we've seen game developers in the past build tools that let you watch its esports competitions from a viewer within the game itself, most notably Blizzard for Overwatch League, but Epic is going one step further for its upcoming Fortnite World Cup event this weekend with a full picture-in-picture streaming feature going live in the next few days. That way you can keep a live feed of the competition running while you play Fortnite if the 100-person Battle Royale game isn't enough stimulus as is. So, yeah, they detailed this new feature. The 3-day tournament's coming up. Does it have the dates for this tournament? Oh, it's over this weekend. So, as a guy who has been greatly into esports as of late, I will be watching this. I'm not a huge Fortnite fan, but I'm like, I want to watch the Fortnite World Cup because that just seems cool to me. And I love this feature idea, right? So I run my 2-monitor setup, and I always, like, when I'm playing something, unless I'm streaming, right? If I'm playing something, I always am watching something else. So yesterday, I was playing League of Legends after the stream, and I was watching Project Esports, an awesome show that I listen to every week, and you guys should too, twitch.tv/popped_off. Was watching them while I played League. I am a guy who splits my focus. When I'm working, I normally like have something playing in the background that I'm either listening to or just glancing over at. And so this idea that like I can hop into my client on my PC and start playing a game and have this pop up to where I can just load it up in the corner. Like, I think it's cool that League of Legends and that Overwatch, give you notifications about when their esports are live so that you can click out from it from the client. But the problem with that is, right, is intent. So I work in, in marketing, and part of what I do is user interface and user experience and just kind of assessing why are people coming to your site, what are they hoping to accomplish, and how easy are you making it for them to accomplish it, right? So when you're thinking about somebody firing up the Overwatch client, if somebody opens up their BlizzNet, their Blizzard launcher, and selects Overwatch, what are they most likely wanting to do? I'll give the class some time to think. Yes, Timothy, in the back, stop picking your nose. Meredith, what is your answer? That's right. They probably want to play Overwatch, right? They want to play Overwatch. If you're opening up your Overwatch client, yeah, you may see the notification that the Overwatch League is live, but at the end of the day, you are there because you want to play Overwatch. Now, give me the option to play Overwatch while I have the Overwatch League in a little window down in the corner so that I can just glance down at it while I'm playing it. I feel like you could get a significant amount of a viewership boost, especially for a league like the Overwatch League or like the LEC, LCS, by hosting that within your client, because those are leagues that extend beyond just one weekend. The Fortnite World Cup only lasts a few days, and you're not necessarily trying to pull people in to view it for the long haul. But give people a taste of the Overwatch League. Give people a taste of the LEC, LCS. Give people a taste of professional Rainbow Six Siege with a feature like this. And then teach them how to engage with this on a regular basis in a more like focused way. You know, and your client already has it. You know, like the schedules for the streams and the team schedules, things like that. I think this is brilliant. I think it's a great idea. And I'd love to see this come to more games that have esports leagues. Because I think for a lot of people, it's just, number one, like knowing that it exists. And then number two, realizing how dope the production is, man. That's why I got into esports to begin with. I had fallen out of playing Overwatch. I missed like 2 competitive seasons of Overwatch. I hadn't really been playing very much, and I don't even remember what I was doing. I think I may have just logged onto Twitch to watch Bag of Tricks or something, and I saw that the Overwatch League was on the main page, and it looked like Sports Center. It looked like these sports talk shows that I had grown up watching, and I was like, all right, I'll give it a chance. And then I saw the stage that these guys played on, and the jerseys that they were wearing, and the fact that they were representing cities, and I was instantly hooked. Instantly. And all it took was like 5 minutes of me watching. Same thing happened with the LEC. I was waiting on the Overwatch League to come on, browsing around Twitch. And I hadn't really played League at all, didn't know anything about it, but I saw that it was the #1 category, so I was like, I'm going to just check out what League is. I can't even begin to describe to you what this game is. So I click into it. Most watched channel was the Riot Games channel showing the LEC. I watched that thing for like 2 hours and didn't understand the goddamn thing that was going on because of the production value. And that's all it took. And now I play League all the time. I'm trying to get a deeper understanding of it. I probably watch as much professional League as I do professional Overwatch, which is saying something. Like my life has become esports focused because of just a minimal amount of exposure to it at one given time that got its hooks in me. And Fortnite is trying to leverage that by saying, we're going to make it super easy for you. We know you're here to play Fortnite, but we have this tournament going on, and you don't need to not play Fortnite in order to watch this tournament. And here's how. Go ahead and do it. I think that is dope, guys. I think it's awesome, and I think the more games that can do this, the healthier esports are going to become, the more engaged viewers are going to become with esports, the more Overwatch players and League players and Rainbow Six Siege players are going to start to recognize the esports scene and want to get involved in it. By watching it, subscribing to it, talking about it. Like, all it took was that spark, and it created a complete esports fanboy out of me. And I know that I am not unique in really any way, except for, oh, malevolent spirit. That's it. That's the only way that I'm unique. I have this game-used Charlotte Hornets basketball that gives me the power to summon the malevolent spirit of a man who starred in Space Jam and is still alive. So if you're watching this, Jeff Kaplan, put this in Overwatch. We need it. Moving on. Next story on the list. Call of Duty is bringing a gunsmith bench into Modern Warfare that's going to give you deep, deep, deep weapon customization. Let's pull this video up. Pulling this from Sharif Syed over at VG247, but it's just we just wanted this tweet from Call of Duty. Pull this up over here. The more I see from Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the more excited I get about it. And I have not been excited for a Call of Duty in months. Look at this, though. Look at all these variations, man. You can replace everything on this gun. I don't know much about, and by much, I mean, I don't know anything about guns. But I do know that Ghost Recon Future Soldier was one of my favorite shooters of all time because of the deep weapon customization that was a part of it. Let's pull up a video of the Ghost Recon Future Soldier. gun customization. I don't want to walk through. I just want a trailer for it. Okay, here's a video
about our game Ghost Recon.
Thank you, Eve.
Look at Yves Guillemot from like 2011.
Is something critical to special operations.
Look at this down here, guys. Spike TV. This is E3
So
airing
Gunsmith
live on
for Ghost
Spike
Recon
TV.
Future Soldier,
But
when you wanna
so
roll
this was
out
everything that you could
anyone from the
customize
game,
on
even
your
down
guns
to
in
spare parts.
in Ghost Recon Future Soldier. You could do the stock, the muzzle, the optics, the trigger, the magazine. It was so cool.
Gunsmith allows you to create over 20 million.
And so look, I understand that what Modern Warfare is doing is very similar to this, but it is enough to be like, all right, I'm in. I'm in. Making my gun look awesome, feel awesome, play awesome.
Or through voice. Gas system. Next. Select.
Back when every game had to take advantage of the Kinect voice commands, or the PlayStation Eye.
Thanks to voice recognition, Kinect allows for quick weapon optimizations based on mission context and objectives.
This is a blast from the past, man. Spike TV for
So
E3.
Chris, can you show us a short launch?
All right. Optimized for close combat.
These were those features that we all looked at and were like, man, that's dope. I can tell my TV that I want a gun that's optimized for close combat and it'll do it. And then we realized, like, oh man, you kind of feel like an idiot talking to your television all by
Now,
yourself.
Can we test it?
All right, let's try it.
What is he doing? I didn't realize you could do all this. I played this game on PS3.
Wow.
Did not realize all these
Now, can we
Kinect
see
features
long
were
range?
part of it. Yo, Bill for real, welcome, welcome.
Optimized for range.
Guys, this was not that long ago, and look how shitty this fashion was. Do you see those pants he was wearing? I did not know you could do this. Bill, for real, I'm actually glad you're here, dude, because I want to ask you something. Did you see the Fortnite picture-in-picture feature that's going to be coming during the World Cup? And I wanted to get your thoughts on it because I just got done talking about how awesome I think it is. Because for real, I think it's really awesome. Yeah, let me pull this up for you again. So they're going to be featuring a picture-in-picture during the World Cup like this, so that when you're playing the game, I imagine this is. Oh no, this image is from Epic Games. Let's see if they've got something here. Oh no, this is just for the. Oh, here we go. Yeah, they're doing picture-in-picture for the World Cup. How cool would this be in other? Bill, for those of you that don't know, Bill for real is a co-host of Project Esports. A generation's voice on esports, you know, if I'm being completely honest. Nothing happens in the world of esports if Bill for real doesn't thumbs up it. He signed off on that energy that NRG rebrand, and don't let him tell you any different, right? Looking like a freaking local news station. Anyway, I talked about how cool I thought this was because I feel like Overwatch could do this. I feel like League could do something like this where they implement this picture-in-picture feature, because all it takes is just somebody like recognizing how cool esports are for just a few moments to get them hooked, because that's what happened with me. And that I just don't think the notifications... I would hope you could adjust it, right? Like, that you could size this to however you want it. And, you know, you think about like Overwatch, you could probably put this over in a small section to the left in Overwatch and it'd be okay. In League, you can put it down in the bottom left-hand corner. Pretty much anywhere where a streamer puts their camera, you could put this video. And if you could resize it, I think it would be really cool, because for a guy like me, all it took was just a couple minutes of watching Overwatch League for it to get its hooks in me. And now, a year and a half later, it's turned into me watching any esports event that I can possibly find. But when people log on to these clients, they're not doing it to watch esports. They're doing it to play the game. And so, yeah, you have these notifications that Overwatch League is live, or LCS is live, or, you know, your Rainbow Six Pro stuff is live. Or like you said, Bill, for real, where like It'd be cool in Overwatch if this was superimposed like in the hero selection screen between rounds. Or it automatically started playing as you were navigating the menus or something like this. I feel like if more people were made aware of esports and like got to see it in action without having to actively click into it, it would definitely pull more people in. Definitely. So I think it's cool. I hope there's more customization and let's see. Let's read these notes. So this is from the Epic Games announcement. It says the picture-in-picture broadcast for the Fortnite World Cup finals will be on by default. You can opt out in the lobby by simply closing the window once. We'll remember your preference. You can opt out while in a match by opening the main menu and clicking the stop video button at the bottom of the list of options in that menu. To reopen picture-in-picture, simply select the watch in match start video button at the bottom of the list of options in the main menu. Audio will be from the English broadcast, so no talking about being able to customize it. I do think this is a little much as far as size. I'd maybe like it about 75% of that. And then be able to maximize it when I'm between matches. But yeah, I think this is a great step in the right direction of companies realizing like, we just need to put this product in front of more people. Yeah, if you could hotkey like minimizing it and pulling it up, which I'm sure you can, being able to just have it up in the early game when you're dropping and prepping. Yeah, I think that would be really cool. Which I watch stuff and play stuff all the time. Oh, Beal for real. About to drop the question in the chat here. Ready for it. I was telling everybody earlier that I was watching. Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier, Beal for real. Like, I have 2 monitors. But if this is a feature on consoles as well, because I don't know if they. Yeah, this is on PC, PS4, and Xbox. So it's in all of them. So console, I think this is great. But like, yeah, I have 2 monitors, and I always have something up on my second monitor. Like last night, I was playing League and watching you guys. Consoles with that big old TV. Man, I hope Overwatch League is paying attention to this. And especially with their like localization stuff. Some guys in Philly playing Overwatch doesn't know about the Overwatch League, sees that there's a team in Philadelphia, and he's like, what? A Philly team? He's instantly hooked. She's instantly hooked. Like, those are sports towns that love their teams, like, die hard. And all it takes is just a few minutes of being exposed to it. I know I'm not unique in that sense of, like, I've watched just a little bit of it and here I am watching everything that I can a year and a half later. It's what esports needs, just more exposure to people. Because at the end of the day, it's still a very foreign concept. But I'm glad you came in, Beal, for real, because I wanted to get somebody with some more deeply ingrained esports knowledge. I talked about this last night, Beal, for real, and if you may want to go back and watch this section, but about, Disney possibly wanting to acquire Activision and how the investor that brought it up was, and not that they're actually interested, but the investor just brought it up that he thought it would be a good idea. That he came at it from the angle of it being for the esports side of things. And I found that super interesting because, Disney owns ESPN. ESPN already has a relationship with Overwatch League. And Overwatch League is on Disney XD. They air the stage finals, and they're going to be airing part of the playoffs on ABC. But ESPN is known like as the pioneer of wall-to-wall coverage. What I want to know, Beal, for real, from you is, are most esports fans really only into one game, one league? Or are they more like me where they're like, I'm just a generalist. I love all things. I may not understand it all in any kind of depth, but I'll watch whatever comes on. Like I'll watch Rainbow Six. I'll watch Rocket League. Like I know a lot about Overwatch League, and I'm learning more and more every day about League. But all these other ones I just kind of orbit around because I like it. Are there a lot of people like that, or is it more people who just focus in on one thing? in your experience, I think people have peaks in their interest. I think it's most common to be into 1 to 2 esports. Okay. All right. So I'm probably an outlier in the sense of like, I'm kind of into everything. And not playing everything. Like I don't play Dota. I don't play a lot of Rocket League. I've just started playing Rainbow Six Siege. I probably won't get like super into it. But I love watching those things. And I think it would be really cool to have some, not a like cable TV network, but if there could be like a Twitch channel that's just wall-to-wall esports highlights and coverage and talking heads talking about things, that's similar to ESPN, I'd be totally in for that. It's a solidarity thing. Like, oh, that's another esports. Cool. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. So yeah, I'm with you on the like, I don't think Disney needs to own one other big company or one other corner of any kind of market. But just the possibility of what Disney could do for esports is intriguing to me. Because they have the weight to be able to throw around and bankroll a lot of shit. All right, last item on the list, guys. There's a second technical test, kind of like an alpha for Ghost Recon Breakpoint. It's coming this weekend. There's no way to guarantee that you're going to be selected to be a part of it. It's not one of those like if you pre-order it, you gain instant access or anything like that. It's going to run Friday through Monday, and it's only going to feature a select area of the game. So, and I think the words that were used in the article from VG247 were, well, let me just read it. Content being tested will be a rather small select portion of the game. So don't go into it expecting it to represent the final release. So if you're interested in the new Ghost Recon game, and I think if you've pre-ordered it, that's how you get like entered for a chance to be a part of it. But you're going to be under an NDA if you play it. So you're not going to be able to like stream it or talk about it or anything like that. But be on the lookout. Maybe invited to be a participant in it. So it's coming up this weekend, guys. All right. Well, that's going to do it for the PvA Nightly Rundown. Stick around. We're going to be playing Overwatch. We're going to be trying out Sigma in the PTR. He dropped today. I got on for a brief moment just to go into the practice range with him to kind of just feel out what his kit's like. And we'll do that again on stream. So stick around. We're going to be doing that. And but I'm going to end it for our YouTube audience. If you're watching us over on YouTube, greatly appreciate you guys. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and comment any of your thoughts on any of these topics. If you don't want to watch the whole thing, we break it out topic by topic as well so that you can just watch that. Maybe a little weird today. We kind of jumped between two topics when Beal for Real got in the chat, but I really wanted to get his thoughts on the esports side of things because I really respect his and Andrew's opinions on all things esports, and the Epic stuff is cool to me. It's really cool to me. The Fortnite stuff, I don't like. I've watched like PUBG. I'm trying to think. I watched like the Twitch Rivals Apex tournament, things like that. I don't really get into battle royales as a concept most of the time. Like I play Apex because my buddies like to play it. I'm not super into it. And then as an esport, I really don't like it. I don't like the randomness within it, but I'll check this out. I'll watch it. It's one of the biggest games. It's going to be a huge event, so I'm going to tune in for it. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm going to end it for our YouTube audience, and then I'm going to go to a short break while I go grab a glass of water. But stick around for that sweet, sweet Sigma gameplay, and we will be right back. We love you. Goodbye.